It's time to change the way we train our pilots. A good sim session relies on a professional briefing. Today, we begin our briefing in most training centers 1 hour prior to the sim session. It's not enough time. We really need to meet 90 minutes prior, which means the instructor really needs to be in the briefing room preparing 2 hours prior to the sim session. Preparing using electronic equipment the way you're going to see in this video. I've been teaching for 60 years as a flight instructor, and we haven't changed anything. In the year 2000, I introduced computer-based training, CBT, with a major Korean airline, still in use today, and brought in Teledyne, still in use today. Since that time, we have improved the way we do business in a briefing room. We're using iPad, synchronized technology. Briefing rooms should have all the tools required, and pilots should come prepared with the necessary tools required to access their training session and all manual reference material that has been synchronized and updated. What you're going to look at shortly on screen is new tools. I say new, they're new to the world, but I've been using them for 4 years, and it works well, very effective. We have to change the way we do business, and here's a brief look at what we can do for you. Here we have a mini iPad with a trifoldable Bluetooth keyboard with which we can type in electronic forms, and also a stylus, electronic stylus, with which we use to write on certain apps on the iPad, an iPad connector, and a cable, RGB or HDMI, with which we can connect to an overhead projector. What you're looking at on screen now is an app called Blackboard. This is what you would project onto a white wall. No special equipment required. Steep turns, go ahead and do your little drawing and then save it for the next set of clients. And the vertical situation display, here again, you can do a drawing and then reuse it over and over again. You save these drawings within the app. Another great app is Flyby E6B electronically, and it's really one-stop shopping for everything pilots will need to help them fly professionally. Let's get away from the charts. All the charts are right, but we should be using electronic data. Cold weather temperature corrections, a pilot's dream, and you can tailor it to whatever you want for the approach you're using. Not only that, it actually describes a picture once you have put in all the necessary data. We don't make warm temperature corrections, but this app can be used by putting in the warm temperature instead of the cold temperature and realizing for situational awareness how high you're going to be on a non-precision approach. This is important. Coming up next is what you're looking at now is an incredible app where your voice is converted to text. I find over my many years in the simulator, it's too easy to spend time writing notes and not seeing what's happening up front. Because the importance is to stay dynamic and not freeze, it's almost impossible to take effective notes and still allow the clients to remain in real time. This wonderful app changes voice to text, which can be printed later and used in the briefing room. Wow. The mainstay of our business is the creation of your profiles, all your profiles, for all your training, starting with initial training right through to captain upgrade, upset training, low visibility, HUD, you name it. We do all your profiles for you in the format that you're looking at here. This is done in an Excel file that's real time. When it's opened, as the instructor walks into the simulator, it opens up in real time, thus allowing the instructor to plan his or her sim session, and also knowing whether they're falling behind or ahead. This is very important, and part of what you're looking at in the timeline at the bottom. The grayed out areas represent that time has gone by, so you know that you're falling behind or you're on schedule. The most important thing in life, but especially in aviation training, is how the instructor manages his or her time with the student. We must give quality time to our clients. The airline that hires a training organization expects it. They expect quality time. We cannot give quality time with old tools. We need new tools to save time so we can manage time effectively. That's basically what we're looking at here. There are many great features in the system that I designed. And one in particular are the comment boxes at the top of the worksheet, the little red triangles. When you touch them in the sim, as you can see, on the right-hand side, it opens a window with all references that your chief pilot or lead instructor would like you to follow. And important because they are references directly from the manual. And that's the important thing we stress in helping you set up your training profiles, is that everything is done by the book. If you're a Boeing pilot, you fly using the Boeing QRH, the Boeing FCTM, the FCOM 1, the FCOM 2. Instructors must stay with the book, not their own notes. And this particular system of ours ensures standardization, the one big item that every airline fights with and have been fighting with for the last 50 years, 60 years. How to keep instructors standard. You've got to hire the right instructors, and you've got to make sure that you monitor the instructors. You've got to be with them in the simulator. You've got to tape, record each session. We have to use the tools that we have available to ensure professional teaching. Recently, two beautiful airlines lost 2 aircraft and lives were lost, probably because of lack of training. Probably. If pilots are trained properly and they're trained by the book, then you'll have a beautiful world. Most accidents have been pilot error. We must make sure our instructors are of the highest quality. And what we can do for you with the system you're viewing is to initiate a professional instructional session. Forms, folders, what a nightmare. They're all paper in most cases with most airlines and really totally disorganized. When an instructor writes something on a piece of paper, most of the time another person is unable to read her or his writing. What we provide electronically is an assurance to management and to the other instructors that whatever is written is readable. It's immediately synchronized to a secure cloud and immediately accessed by all those who have been given the right or the privy to those folders. Not just management, but the next instructor, so that he or she can better plan the sequences of repeats. You'll see this on the form that I've designed. The form is also, one of the forms is designed to cover both the briefing and the sim session, and also take in mind the new competence-based training and evidence-based training, and the requirements for CRM, the requirements of the core competencies, the client's knowledge of SOPs, adherence to SOPs, aircraft handling manually, aircraft handling automatically, his or her communication, leadership, teamwork, problem solving, situational awareness, and time management. Time management. That's what we are all about in my company. We want to help you manage your time in the simulator. So the files and forms are all electronic, and they have pull-down menus, which you'll see, and we can tailor the instructors' names that you have on staff so that the instructor wastes no time in making a selection through a pull-down menu. Have a look at them. And if you're really serious about changing the way you do business in your airline, come to us. We know how to do it. We've been doing it for years. In my case, for 60 years. Thank you.